You know exactly what you need to do. The project has a deadline. The task is important. The consequences of delay are clear. Yet here you are, scrolling through your phone, organizing your desk, doing anything except the one thing that actually matters. You tell yourself you work better under pressure. You promise you will start in just 5 more minutes. You create elaborate plans for tomorrow that you know you will not follow. This is not laziness. This is not poor time management. This is your brain protecting you from something it perceives as a threat. The thing you are avoiding is not the task itself. It is how the task makes you feel about yourself. Procrastination is emotional regulation disguised as time management. When you delay starting something important, you are not avoiding work. You are avoiding the emotions that work might trigger. It's fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of discovering you are not as capable as you hoped. Your brain treats these emotional threats as seriously as physical dangers. Its solution is simple. Avoid the source of the threat. Do not start the task and you cannot fail at it. Do not try and you cannot be disappointed. Do not put yourself out there and you cannot be rejected, but you are about to. Discover will change how you see every moment you have put off something important. Every time you have chosen temporary comfort over long-term progress. Every deadline you have rushed to meet at the last possible second. Because procrastination is not a character flaw to be overcome through willpower. It is a sophisticated defense mechanism protecting you from psychological pain. Understanding why you procrastinate is the first step to doing it less. Inside your brain, there is a constant battle between two systems. Your prefrontal cortex wants to work toward long-term goals. It understands consequences. It values future rewards over immediate pleasure. But your limbic system only cares about right now. It seeks immediate gratification. It avoids immediate discomfort. When you sit down to work on something challenging, your limbic system interprets the stress, uncertainty, and effort as danger signals. It activates your fight or flight response. Suddenly, anything else seems more appealing than the task in front of you. This creates what psychologists call present bias. Your brain overvalues immediate rewards and undervalues future benefits. The pleasure of checking social media is available right now. The satisfaction of completing your project is weeks away. Your brain chooses the certain immediate reward over the uncertain future benefit every time. This is not a failure of logic. This is how human psychology evolved to work. Dr. Tim Pychyl research revealed that procrastination is primarily about mood regulation, not time management. People procrastinate when tasks trigger negative emotions. Anxiety about performance, frustration with complexity, boredom with routine work, resentment about being controlled by deadlines. The procrastination provides temporary relief from these uncomfortable feelings, but it also creates new problems. It's guilt about avoiding work, stress about approaching deadlines, shame about not following through on commitments. But here is the paradox that makes procrastination so persistent. The temporary relief you get from avoiding difficult tasks actually reinforces the behavior. Each time you choose distraction over work, you prove to your brain that avoidance reduces discomfort. This makes you more likely to procrastinate the next time you face a challenging task. You're not just putting off work, you're training yourself to put off work. This is happening in your life right now, in predictable patterns. Notice which tasks you procrastinate on most. They are usually the ones that matter most to you. It's a creative project that reflects your identity. It's a career move that could change your life. The conversation that could improve your relationship. You delay these precisely because they are important. The stakes feel too high. The emotional risk feels too great. Consider how you procrastinate differently with different types of tasks. You might delay starting a presentation because you fear it will not be good enough. You might put off making a difficult phone call because you fear conflict. You might avoid exercising because you are ashamed of your current fitness level. Each type of procrastination serves a different emotional function, protects you from a different kind of psychological pain. Watch what happens when you finally do start a task you have been avoiding. Often, it is not as difficult or unpleasant as you imagined. The anticipation of the work was worse than the work itself. Your brain created a threat that did not actually exist. But by the time you discover this, you have already reinforced the procrastination pattern. Your brain remembers the relief of avoidance, not the discovery that the task was manageable. But here is the reframe that changes everything. Procrastination is not the enemy of productivity. It is information about your emotional state. When you find yourself avoiding a task, Ask different questions. What am I afraid this task will reveal about me? What negative emotion am I trying to avoid? What would it mean about my identity if I failed at this? Understanding the emotional function of your procrastination gives you better tools to address it. The solution is not forcing yourself to work through willpower. Willpower is a limited resource that depletes quickly. The solution is changing your relationship with the emotions that trigger procrastination in the first place. This might mean breaking large tasks into smaller, less threatening pieces. It might mean changing your environment to reduce emotional triggers. It might mean accepting that some discomfort is inevitable and normal when doing meaningful work. The most effective approach recognizes that you will sometimes feel afraid, uncertain, or inadequate. When working on important things, these feelings are not signals to stop. They're signals that you are doing something that matters. The goal is not to eliminate these emotions. The goal is to do the work anyway, even while feeling them. True productivity comes from developing emotional tolerance for the discomfort of challenging work. It comes from recognizing that procrastination is often a sign that you care deeply about the outcome. It comes from understanding that the task you are avoiding might be exactly the one that deserves your attention most. So here you are, facing that important task again. But now you understand what is really happening when you feel the urge to delay. You see the emotions beneath the avoidance. Recognize the protective function of procrastination. The question is not how to stop procrastinating forever. The question is whether you can sit with the discomfort long enough to begin. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is start badly rather than not start at all.